Okay, we are live. I want to thank all my hosts. Dan McNew next to me, directly below him is Michael Nolan. The Bottom Line, fantastic podcast he's got. One of my favorites. I I never miss a show. Next, Michael is of course Lou Mars, regular.
Let me check.
Main host on the show.
Can you hear me okay?
Above Lou is our special guest tonight, Billy Blair. Billy Blair started in music, transitioned to the film industry, and is currently doing both. And he's going to have a great story to tell. So I think we'll get started. I want to thank everybody. That's going to show up in the chat.
I'm not hearing.
And
who's not?
We're looking forward to a really, really fun show tonight. Now, Billy, you came from a musical family. I read where your grandfather basically led a big band down in Mexico.
Yeah, man, this was like back.
Yeah,
I never met him. Unfortunately, he died before I was born. But yeah, I mean, that whole family. I mean, even with my great uncles and everybody with the same bloodline there, were musicians. They were like, they played big bands. My grandfather got hired by Pancho Villa.
That's what I read. He actually played for historical figures like Pancho Villa.
Man. One of his parties, he hired my grandfather's band. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, man, that is cool.
That is
way cool. I love that.
Pancho Villa, man.
But the bloodline goes like even further. I mean, I'm related to Edgar Allan Poe. So maybe that's where I get all the freakiness from, I guess.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I still have cousins, some that played in the symphony orchestra here in Texas, and now my youngest daughter, now she's getting into the band. She's playing saxophone. So it's just like it's just like growing and growing,
Right.
Pretty cool.
So totally musical family. And so you knew from an early age. I mean, you were born in El Paso, Texas, grew up in that area.
Yeah.
And you knew from an early age, like 6 years old or something, what you wanted to do. You wanted to be a musician.
Well, dude, man, when I remember going to it was a Woolco store back in the day. They don't have that anymore. But I saw Kiss Alive 2 record when I was 5 years old, man. I was like, I don't know, man. The album cover, I mean, you've seen it. It just drew my attention. It was between that or a Hot Wheel. And my grandmother dude, I swear to God.
Yeah.
So
that's a tough one.
I know, right? So my grandmother took me to the store, and they had they got LPs back again, but back then that's all they had were LPs.
Yeah.
So I went up to it and I go, man, I want this. I don't know. Gene Simmons Blood,
Oh yeah.
So I remember my grandma was like, "You want that?" She goes, "Well, she's like, I'm not gonna get you a Hot Wheels if you're gonna get that." I go, "I don't care." So that changed my life forever, right there.
One or the other, Hot Wheels or
So Billy,
hey Billy, didn't you also? There was one more. I think you're missing one more big person or personage that kind of influenced you. You said Kiss, and at one point,
I know where he's going. I know where you're going, Michael.
Sesame Street.
I thought you were going to say Led Zeppelin. I thought you were doing the Led Zeppelin.
Oh, no. That's right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Sesame Street's awesome.
Well, dude, I mean, when I was a kid, I was in front of the TV.
Yeah, that was the shit.
Yeah, back in the day, right? Where it was just like
that was the shit. Yeah. Hey, but Billy, did you already have a turntable, or did she have to get you the turntable? Or
we already had we had the turntable.
Use the family one for Kiss.
Yeah, exactly, man. It was the
you
old
didn't have
school.
One yet.
It's the old school one where it's part of the furniture, right?
Yeah,
part
big
of the
old
TV
cabinet.
Set. Yeah.
And then ours as kids, you get that little plastic 45 one. Remember that? You get a little plastic turntable, and it's a little suitcase.
Oh man,
I had that one.
I wish I could have kept all that.
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, the ones they're selling now kind of like that. I was just in a store recently. I don't want to say the name of the store, but it was just like it. They're putting them out again. Yeah,
I'm glad that they are, because I mean that just brings back memories. Well, I mean the scratching of the record, when you play it, it's just it's a great feeling.
The best part of those furniture turntables that people forget about is they were also a liquor cabinet. You'd open it up. Remember, one side had liquor. Your liquor was in with the music. It was just like, why did we get rid of that?
It goes hand in hand, right?
It's just like it's freaking genius, Man.
So Billy, I got to ask you. Okay, so your career as an entertainer started in music. What instrument did you play mainly?
Guitar. I started with guitar. Okay. It's funny because my uncle had a guitar when he was young, never used it, so I was the one playing with it.
Okay.
So I did that, and then I was in choir in school, and then when I started a band, I was mainly vocals. I mean, what was it? Okay, so the band that really got me to play music was Motley Crue.
Oh, okay.
Because it was Looks That Kill video, and during that time, but see, going to in school, I was also playing tennis, so I had all this idea of being a tennis player. And then of course MTV was big at the time, and I just remember watching Looks That Kill. I go, exactly, that's what I want to do, man. And so I took Vince Neil. I love the way he was like with his mic stand and everything. I go, I'm gonna be a singer, fuck it. And I don't know if you ever heard of a band. They're from El Paso, as a matter of fact. They're kind of big, Pits and Razors.
Oh yeah.
So anyways, the singer of that band, I grew up with that guy, and then we just none of us really played anything professionally. So we all chose to be, I'll be the singer, you're the guitarist, we'll get a drummer and a bass player, and we had to learn our instruments. But I already sang before, so it was easy for me. And so that's where it built up. It escalated from there. And then I formed another band here in Dallas, and we didn't have a bass player, so I knew how to play bass. So I sang and played bass. So I did that for the longest time. I mean, and then just narrowing the story short. Now I went back on guitar, I sing, and there we go.
Right on.
Thank you.
Now one of the bands that you were in, that you formed, was it has an acronym of LSD.
Yeah, that's my band now.
Well, the LSD used to stand for something else back about 10 years ago.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So, so I formed that band. Oh, here, I'll tell you a story. So that band was a great band. I mean, we had Nikki McKibben from American Idol, and then I had my old buddy Rico, and then Holly on bass, which she's doing other things on her own. I just envisioned, like, man, we had 2 rock guys, 2 rock girls, and a hard rocking band. Nothing could go wrong. And now, I mean, it blew up pretty quick. I mean, we got signed. We got signed by Warrant's label, Downboy Records,
nice.
At the time, and so it like blew up really quick, and then it died real quick because nobody could stand this. Well, I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but there was somebody in the band that we just couldn't. It was always like walking the eggshell. Yeah. That's so a bummer. that died, and then I started other bands after that, of course. But I started it back up. It's like whatever I had going with that band, I wanted to bring that magic back, and the same songs. I mean, I wrote all the songs and everything.
Oh wow! Nice.
So everything I brought to the table, I'm using it now. I just modified it a little bit different, changed the name a little bit. Now it's Love Sick Drug. Before it was Love Stricken Demise. Now it's Love Sick Drug, and it's doing great.
You know, your first version of that band, I remember I got you guys hired at Ride for Dime.
Yeah.
When was that? 2011, somewhere around there.
I'll never forget. It was so freaking hot.
I was about to say it was. It was.
That's temperature.
I think it was. I think it was like 107 degrees that day.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! How do you guys do that? You playing in that? Oh fuck, man!
You adapt to it, man. After so many years. Oh, dude. Yeah.
No.
I've had to do construction in that weather, here in the Atascadero. And I'm talking about driving metal stakes in the ground with a sledgehammer.
That's a solar storm. It's like playing in a blizzard. Hey, we're playing in 30 below in Denver. No, you don't do that because it hurts.
Well, the stage that Billy was playing on was covered, but that doesn't stop the air temperature of 107.
No. Still fucking hot.
Your oven is covered, Yeah. Put your head in there. It's hot.
I'm in the shade, but it's still hot.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
It's been hot lately.
When I was one of the problems, when you say you're playing guitar, one of the problems I had 2015 tour, we were touring around. When you're on those outdoor stages, people don't think about this. A lot of your electronics, the LEDs and so forth, you can't see them. So all the code numbers that I needed to know when I'm shifting gears on songs, you're playing blind. People don't know that. You're playing blind up there. It's hard.
I know.
Yeah,
you are right. Like during the day, the day gigs.
You're punching buttons that you're remembering 3 to the left, 4 to the right.
Yeah. You're right. It's true. It's like
and it's a matter of
hope to God
mathematics more than
you hope to God. Yeah, and if somebody gets off the list, we're screwed. Shit,
yeah, but that on top of liquor, I mean, you got it doesn't go right.
There's that liquor. That's why we need that turntable. You brought that home.
Oh my God.
Hey Billy, why'd you get into acting? Was it music then acting, right? Because a lot of guys tried. I've noticed a lot of actors.
Yeah,
are kind of like want to be musicians. You ever notice that they go the other way?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But you went the other way. So tell us about that. I'm curious of what spawned that.
Well, I love the entertainment business. This was like in the 90s. I was like, man, I really just was intrigued by acting. The one thing that scared me was memorizing stuff. Because I always thought, how do you memorize that?
God. Yeah.
But so I went to college and I took theater. And then that opened my mind to everything. It was like, oh, okay, I get it. The character development. It's not so bad learning memorizing your lines. And there's a difference between theater and then film. Of course, theater, you got to memorize the whole book, the whole script, like all at once. Movies, luckily, whatever day you're shooting that day, you just got to know whatever scenes you're shooting that day. And it's pretty
makes
easy.
sense.
Plus they can do a cut and go back and do it again too.
Yeah. You cut, you mess up, cut, start over.
Right
Theater, you got to kind of tumble along and get back up and continue. But it was fun.
Live.
But I prefer film. Film's just so much fun and easier. Movie premieres are amazing.
You've won some awards for acting, right?
I have.
I was going to say, Billy, one of the best scenes that I've seen you in is where you play the guy who needs a fix. And the guy comes by you in the car, picks you up, and makes a deal with you, right? And you gotta do him a favor. And
you like that one?
You swore you would never do again, but you're a junkie, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you understood that character. I could see it, man. I've known people who.
Well, shit, I've been there, man. Rock and roll. It's the rock and roll life.
Excellent.
That's the cool thing about being an actor, and I always said that. I go, look, and having a hard life is, if you go through turmoil, depression, drug use, whatever it is, if you've been through that and lived through it, and then you're an actor, where, and you got to portray that on film. You could always go back to that moment, sell it, man. I mean, you'll sell it pretty well.
Yeah. In character.
Yeah, exactly. Method acting.
I think that's what good actors do. I mean, we've seen Al Pacino in many of the similar roles. Because that's what he's, that's his thing, that's his niche, and I think that's kind of how it is now.
Well, another thing that they do, what they do is like if they haven't experienced that, they'll go do their homework. They'll actually like good example, Robert De Niro and Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
He actually, before the shoot, he actually went and drove a taxi around in New York, you know, just to get the feel of it. I mean, when actors do that, man, that's fucking great.
Yeah,
I think that's the way. The amount of money being paid at that level, and they're paying for it anyways. They're footing the bill.
Yeah. And you want to sell it.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! You got to play a martial artist. They're going to pay for all your martial arts. You know, do it right. Why not?
Right.
If they're funding the bill, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
yeah, I would do it too.
Billy, now you've got a new movie coming out that's going to be released on Shudder, I read.
Yeah, it's what Josiah saw.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We shot that in Oklahoma. They're shooting a lot of movies in Oklahoma. But yeah, that's got Robert Patrick. God, I'm forgetting names. Who's the other one?
You gotta look it up.
Just a whole bunch of real famous guys.
Yeah, but it's famous guys.
Some other guys.
Yeah. Them and me.
Luckily, I got my computer here. Yeah, so here we go. Open up. So it's got Robert Patrick. Oh, and Nick Stahl. He was a great guy. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Sin City and everything. So August 4th, Shudder. If you like horror movies.
So if you had to pick one, Billy, acting, music, you can only have one. Which one would you drop?
God damn.
That's a tough one.
I would drop music and go to movies. Again, it pays the bills, man.
Yeah. Well,
it pays the bills.
Plus, at least I've never done a movie like, I did the reality TV thing. That's a whole different game. But I have to say, for me, there's nothing like that moment when the band is running on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
And the crowd is hot and you're hot, your feet, and it's just a cycle of energy, feeling, the sound, everything. There's nothing like it in the world.
I know, man. That's why it's tough. Even though, like I said, acting pays the bills, but dude, going up on stage, touring, playing, whether it's a festival, outdoors, indoors, it's a good feeling, man.
Oh yeah, the best. Yeah, I totally understand that call.
Yeah,
of course, big bias as well.
But yeah, I would definitely, if I had to, I'd drop the music and do movies.
Yeah, I get it.
Once I heard one story when you first started working for Rob Zombie, and I was thoroughly blown away from about this. Rob Zombie, tell the story, Billy. Rob Zombie is actually a fan of, and you brought him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I told you the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
That doesn't surprise me. Actually,
Rob Zombie and the Bee Gees.
Yeah, but it makes sense because his music has that upbeat, that kind of dance disco beat.
Yeah.
But I learned. Okay, so I found this out. I was hanging out with Johnny Pool. Luckily, I was hanging out with CJ Pierce before I went on set, and I knew that they worked with Rob Zombie, and then I was like, "Hey, I heard, didn't you work with Rob Zombie?" I go, "How was he like?" And the first thing he goes, "Oh, he loves disco, man. He loves the Bee Gees." I go, "All right, cool. Now I know what to get him." So I ordered a Bee Gees shirt. And I figured he's a large, so I got a large. And man,
that's funny,
on set, I got with him where I got to shoot the shit with him. I said, "Hey man, you mind going to the trailer? I got something for you." And then we went there, and I gave it to him, and he pulled it up. He goes, "Oh, the Bee Gees." He goes, "I love the Bee Gees." I go, "I know." It was cool, man.
This shows what a small world is, because next door to Rob Zombie, his neighbors, James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, wow.
And he also did, and there's a quick story on this. James Gunn was the lead singer in a band I was in 1990 when we were touring the Midwest in the Pods. He was the lead vocalist. There's still videos floating around of it. And he recently talked about the band. There's a photo of me and the band with him and everything. And he talks about, being next door to Zombie and stuff like that. But interesting thing, like you, he went to college in the middle while we broke up on that tour, and he ended up going to college, and then he went into the acting just like you did.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, the funny thing is, I'll never forget one night when we both went AWOL and we missed our ride back. Him and I, we were very close at that time. We commandeered a vehicle to get to the next city to catch up with the rest of the band. Now, the reason this is important for this whole story, to bring this home with this talk, that night he says, "What's the scariest film you've ever seen?" We're trying to keep each other awake so we can stay up all night. And I said, I said, "I think it's Night of the Living Dead." And he comes back to me, "Exorcist, way scarier." I said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, because they can't run." He said, "The zombies are too slow." So did you know he came up with Dawn of the Dead? Not long after that. I take credit. I take credit for that. I take credit for that.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're right, man. It's such a small world.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. But the acting and the musicians, you'll run each other and cross paths. Somebody will know somebody. It's really cool.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question for you, Lou. Is it true that the raccoon in the Guardians of the Galaxy is based on you?
There's so there's rumors, and here's how that rumor occurred. How it happened. James Gunn, that whole movie when he wrote it, is really his life. I'm going to be the first to actually say that publicly, behind the scenes.
I get it.
Remember that? Yeah, his mother did pass away. His father, when I met him, his father was taking care of all the boys by himself. You know, the one eventually in the next movie's called he's like a narcissist. That's his dad. If you notice, there are members, and they all get into pods in that movie. We were the pods. Wow, one of them doesn't get in a pod. It's the raccoon. I'm the guy that left. I didn't get in the pod. Now there's a big fight scene in that movie, and I got in a big fight down at the place called the American in St. Louis. It was kind of epic. There's a fight scene that's really similar to what really happened in real life. So yeah, there's some rumors on that. I don't know. Who cares? But it's funny.
I'll admit, dude, that's where some of us get our ideas. Like when I did my Cherokee Creek movie, a lot of that story are real life. I mean, we just stories that we've heard and stories I was telling the director. He goes, "Man, can I put that in a movie?" So they do that. They put real life stuff. I mean, why not? It makes it interesting.
Well, here's the part that upset me, and I talked to James on the phone around 2015. Oh, it was no later than that because the movie I think was late. No, it was about that time. Here's the thing. So remember the cassette tapes we used to do? We used to make our own cassette tape, guys. You'd write your mixtape. You'd have to wait for the radio. Remember? Well, I had a collection of these, but they were all from like 70s top 40. Sundown, you better get. It was all that crap. And so that's all I had during that drive that night. I had those with me. And so I'm popping in one after the other, and he's dying. Jim hates it, right? I'm doing them over and over, but it's all we had. You got Jane's Addiction, you got any Chili Peppers? God, you're killing me. So now here's where this is important, folks. I'm sitting in the movie theater. Everybody's telling me to go see his movie. Yes, he's got a Walkman, which I had. Yeah. And the tapes were written, and almost every damn song in that movie but one was off my tapes. James, you owe me a royalty.
Right? Yeah.
And that soundtrack went to number one. That was a number one soundtrack for that movie.
Yeah. Great soundtrack. Yeah.
Even Joan Jett's Cannibal was there. Yeah. And if he wants to deny that, James, call me. We'll go over this. I still have the tapes.
And when you're at it, James, call me. I want to be in one of your movies.
Billy. You heard it here first. And I want a royalty of Billy being in your movie.
Hey, Billy, didn't you do a soundtrack for a movie?
Yeah. I mean, I've done like a couple like with my movies, but I got one coming out. It's a Western. I don't know if you know Isaiah Washington. He's coming out with his debut territorial movie called Corsicana, and luckily we're on the rap party. He found out I was in a band. He goes, "Hey, why don't you write a song for the movie?" And instantly it came to me. I go, "I got one." So long story short, It's in there.
Cool.
Right on, man.
Yeah, man,
Right
it's cool.
Great.
That's another good advantage of being in movies and having music, like in a band. You just put your own music in the movie.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do that with my book. We'll see. We'll see.
Dude, I got to read your
works.
book, man. I'm sure it's very interesting.
I will send you there's a VIP backroom link. I don't think Michael has one either, but I'll send you guys a link, whoever doesn't have one. And the chapters are being released weekly in secret up to the hardcover. I'll get you a link there. Love to have your opinions.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure you've even sent me a link.
I did send you a link, Royce. Come on.
Okay.
Don't make me feel bad. You just shamed me. Of course I sent my number one. I will send another one, Royce, to make sure.
Okay.
Damn.
Making you feel bad. Oh man.
I just got bitch slapped in front of everybody.
No, you didn't get bitch slapped, but I did show you that my pimp hand was still strong.
I felt like I was at the Oscars. oh!
Was Will Smith around? Man, gotta watch out.
Oh man. I couldn't help it. Sorry. Too soon?
Hey. Going to that moment, does anybody, what are your opinions? You think that was planned or did that really happen?
I think it really happened.
Yeah, I do too.
It looked pretty real to me, but as time goes on, I start to wonder about it, you know?
My first reaction was fake, but here's the thing that wasn't fake. I've been on both the delivery of one of those and the receiving end. And when you watch that really close, that was a real reaction to being hit, in my opinion. And Will's not that good of an actor. I'm sorry.
You're taking the words out of my mouth. They're actors.
Yeah,
they are. Good hit.
But that was a hell of a actor. When he walked back though and said the "fuck you" thing, that was man. That was real, dude. That was real.
Again, he's an Oscar-winning actor.
He is.
Very
convincing, granted.
Right
now,
if you look at Chris Rock though, like even if you pause it right when he's about to get slapped, he's waiting for it. Look at his face.
That's what some people have said.
He's waiting for it, and he's when you tense your neck and everything.
Yeah, you're grimacing. Yeah,
man. But that's a hard thing to grasp.
It could be because the way he was approaching though too. You know, you got Will Smith's a big dude coming at you pretty fast.
And then the only reason that I would think that was real is it was Will Smith's initial reaction. You know, he immediately thought it was funny as hell until he took a look at wifey poo, and then all of a sudden he's going, if that was an act, that guy deserves an Academy Award for that.
Oh, he did. He got it that night.
Guys, it's not my place to say, but that's a very odd relationship. I mean,
I mean, is it like an open relationship?
When I hear about him giving his wife his blessing to date one of his son's friends and things like, I can't even wrap my head around that stuff.
Well, look at Gene Simmons, and he was always talking about how him and Shannon Tweed's relationship was open.
Yeah,
he was like that.
I used to love her movies.
Italian men have been doing it for years. you just don't talk about it. That's it. That guys have been cheating for years. Come on. That's weird.
Now you got social media, and now you got every platform. Everybody has a platform to speak in. So now we know everybody's dirty laundry.
Back
then it was just hush hush. Back then it was just mysterious.
Shout out here.
Right. His last show is amazing, folks. Too. Go back and check out Michael's show. I just watched his last two. They're really good.
Yeah.
Your following's getting big, Michael. You're getting big, dude.
Oh my God.
Man, you're getting big.
It's blown me away, the response. And, I'll tell you what's happened is it's the sharing of the videos, man. It just gets down to that. A couple of key subscribers have really gone the extra distance. And as a matter of fact, I was saying before my latest video, I covered Kenny Loggins and his vocal coach. And I had actually included that aspect in the second half of that video, mainly because it was such a positive way of handling somebody whose voice is aging, right?
And
so anyway, I got a hold of his vocal coach, who this whole story, I quoted him and everything. He got a hold of me, and we're about ready to do an interview. So once I get back, like I said before, I'm going to be off a few days because I've got a couple of things coming up. I've got a surgery. I've already announced that on my channel. But once I'm back, then of course, Ken and I will have that interview. But what I'm seeing in rock and roll, and I think why the channel's taken off, is the positive things that we can do, recognizing what's wrong with the music industry today, and what can we do as fans? Raise our level of expectations, not pay for just any old concert, And it's taken off, man. It's got a life of its own. But thanks for bringing that up, Royce. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we've been talking a lot about our aging rock gods, and I've been wanting to do a show on our aging rock gods, and how that's affecting the entire industry right now. And some of them are lip syncing a little bit. Some of them have strong backups behind them, filling in for them and things like that. And I think that would be a great podcast to do. And you've
would be a good one.
Michael, even recently you touched on it in one of your shows. And we've been talking about it here for weeks, but I think we need to do a podcast pretty soon on our aging rock gods, because it's really changing out there. And you know what? We've been listening. I mean, I was in sixth grade when the British invasion hit, junior high, you're into Rolling Stones and, the mod look and all that stuff. And I've seen that going all the way back, to the Beatles coming on the Ed Sullivan Show. And it's really changed. And I don't know who's going to take the place of these guys, because there's not that much in the way of.
No, man, there's not. There's no.
You did a great show on Greta Van Fleet, Michael. I really enjoyed that, and I haven't got any of their music, but I want to get some. I bought Robert Plant and Alison Krauss last night. I think it's called "Tear the Roof Off." It's a 2-album set.
Good album.
Great album. Well, believe it or not, it was on sale at Target. For like $8 and change. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I just got it yesterday, and we brought it home and listened to it. My wife and I both absolutely loved it. And it's like you always say, here's one guy that he was a rock god. He was an Adonis up there, had the most wonderful voice in rock and roll, and we both consider him our number one front man of all time, as an artist, and probably some of you guys do too. But having said that, he's not what he used to be, but he tailors what he's doing to what he can do very, very well, and that's the smart thing to do.
Well, when you start mentioning a few weeks ago about let's start talking about the aging rock stars. I've got an old friend. It was the lead guitar player of Nazareth, Manny Charlton.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I love Nazareth.
I got to know him when he moved from Scotland to Fort Worth, and got to hang out with him, go to rehearsals with him, and we went to an old airplane hangar up in Van Alstyne, Texas, where he rehearsed, and he opened up for Aska one time down at the Curtain Club in Deep Ellum. So I got to know him for a couple of years there, and then we kind of lost track of each other. And when you mentioned about aging rock stars, I thought, Manny's kind of getting up there. Maybe I ought to try to get a hold of him, bring him on the show. So I did some research on him, and just kind of put it aside. Then I heard last night that he died on July 5th. And that was about the same time I was searching for him.
Oh, he just died?
Yes.
Yeah,
July
he passed
5th.
away.
Yeah, 80 years old. It was sad. He started aging really quick, though. I mean, when I met him, he was like 58 years old, and he kind of looked old then compared to what he looked like.
Well, their lifestyles are pretty hard, I mean, it's just a hard lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, look at all the gray I've got. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend as you get older, turn your hat around backwards.
Oh, there you go.
I swear it takes 10 years off of you.
You got to put to the side, right?
You walk down the beach in Jamaica with your hat on backwards. People want to sell you drugs.
Royce, I did that, Royce, on Facebook, and all these assholes went on and are going, "You're too old to have a head on backwards." I'm like, holy crap. This is why social media sucks, you know?
Yeah,
I think there's a bunch of assholes on there, man.
I just got a hat backwards, folks. Relax, you know? And you know what? If you're 15, you can wear a bikini. God bless you, you know? Wear what the hell you want.
Well,
Who's making these rules?
Yeah, the young kids under 30, they're the ones saying, you know, if you're over 30, you can't wear your hat backwards.
Oh, these guys.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to wear it backwards because it pisses you off. Just to piss you off even more.
Todd Patterson, who's a fantastic musician. I'd like to have him bring some of his music on the show. This is my nephew, and I haven't seen him in like 30 years. And we've recently started talking, and this is the first time he's been on the show. Well, thank you for showing up, Todd. We'd really like to, if you go to, put a link up how people can go to your show and watch some of your. I mean, the guy's he does every instrument, the singing, the whole 9 yards. He's really talented.
Awesome.
One man show.
You got to use it up, man. All the talent you got. Use it.
You know, it's interesting, Billy, that you said that. What I like about your example, you're a great example for the artists out there, because constantly in our families, I've dealt with this in mine. When you get a real job, or, you know, it's a starving artist, or, you know what, you got to have a regular job and then do your music. And we had a conversation in the last show a little bit about this. And here's the thing. If we went to a job and we said, unless I'm the CEO, I'm not going to do it. Well, you wouldn't be working, would you? You know, and that's what musicians do. If I'm not on stage, I'm not going to do it. Well, that's the CEO position, folks. And it takes time to get to that position. And you got to remember, you can do other things in music and the arts. Yeah. Well, somebody's got to run those lights. Somebody's got to do the sound. Somebody's got to teach these kids how to play. You can work in the music industry or the arts, like you are in both, and live and enjoy and do what you love. You know, we need to sell that.
Yeah, eventually you find your niche, like your pattern, and whatever to survive, you're gonna find that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like a good thing, like I think Paul Stanley said on 60 Minutes recently, where he was going to school, and his friends around him were being doctors and whatnot, lawyers, and then when they asked him what he wanted to do, he was just straight up, I want to be a rock star. And then they looked at him like, yeah. And he goes, everybody wants to be a rock star. But Paul Stanley said, well, I am a rock star. But he was right. He said it was like he believed it. It's just something that you had to like breathe it. And then just you have to become that. You got to really mean it to get there, because that's a big task to take. You know, well, responsibility.
I know Billy has done other things besides, music and acting. Yeah. He's actually, I'm talking work wise. I mean, Billy's actually served me a couple of drinks at House of Blues here in Dallas.
No kidding.
So he's done.
See, that goes hand in hand with the musician. Yeah. Serving drinks.
Yeah. Hey, there's all kinds of. Now there's a show. I mean, God, what's his name from Pearl Jam? I'm sorry, forgetting the singer's name right now.
Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, shame on me. Washing cars months before he joined. He was washing cars in LA before he joined Pearl Jam, and months later they hit big. So you just, we all got to work somewhere. You don't get out of the crib and have a rock band. Yeah, you got to. But you can work into it and you can keep playing. That's all. Yeah, because if we don't do this, if we don't sell these arts, these kids aren't going to take them up. Because the parents are going, you're going to starve, so they're not doing it. So
but another thing you got to do is try it. What happens if you don't? I never wanted to be the one like, oh, what if I would have, if I didn't do it, and then say, man, what if I would have done it? How far would I have gone? I never wanted that. You just got to do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's harder to be a professional sports athlete than it is to be a musician. If you want to talk about tough ranking job, there's only 22 guys on the field, man. And football, there's not that many in baseball. Basketball, 5. So
you take a lot of, and you're right. That's even harder because it's more physical, and you take a lot of beating.
Yes.
So if you haven't broken a bone before you get your scholarship or you get signed, then
throw your arm out.
You made it. Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of people I know that got into sports, they blew their arm out, knee, whatever, before they could have ever tried.
I know people like that too, that had a promising career. One was a young man married a girl I knew. He was a pitcher, and he blew his arm out, right?
Same thing. I've got a young man I'm teaching drums in high school, and he fantastic drummer. He's going to be great. But the parents were favoring baseball with him. Threw his arm out. Same thing. They're overplaying these people. They overplay them young. They overplay them old. Just like when we're touring, they push us too hard. Money, it makes people crazy. Crazy. Yeah. So
you got to find that balance to relax and not take it too much.
And you're absolutely right. I did a show on Aerosmith, and it's been a long time, so I don't remember exactly all the facts. But
Steven,
as I recall, the manager stuck him in a house and said, "You're not coming out until you finish an album."
It's madness.
And they finally did. But they went out on tour, and I think it was supposed to last like 6 months. And because you can't go out and sing every damn night, and travel between shows and get back out and sing the next night. And if I'm not mistaken, that tour went on for like 2 years. The managers kept booking them and booking them and booking them and booking them, and they never got a break for a long, long time. And I thought that was,
Look what happened with the Jackson 5, man, with their dad.
Oh yeah,
the new Elvis movie. The new Elvis movie out there.
I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see it.
Oh man. You know what's cool? I'm gonna say what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So first part, what I like about it is it's from a different perspective. You get it from the Colonel's perspective.
I heard about that.
Dark as shit. Dark. Yeah. I love that part. That's the good stuff. Awesome. The bad news is they kind of get stuck about 3/4 through it. I think they could have done a little bit more. They get kind of stuck, and it's almost like they don't know where they're going to go with the movie. Let's see. But next time hear from you, Billy, you let me know if you think the same thing. I'm curious.
I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it this week because I got a lot of free time before I shoot my next movie. Yeah.
All right, I'll shoot you the book link, and then I want a response of what you thought of that.
You got it, buddy. Yeah, we'll stay in touch.
Right on. I'm just curious to know.
I'm glad.
And the rest of you guys are invited.
You guys are linking up.
Well, you may want to come back. Well, it's the other way. You may want to come back and join all these guys. They got great shows, and pop in and just terrify them. That's what I like to do.
You're talking about bands that go on tour, and they just nose to the grindstone for a couple of years. That's the same thing that happened to Boston when they first came out. Once they got signed, they went out for 6 months, and at the end of 6 months, they keep going. They did that for 2 years. Yep. And they were so tired of the road that Tom Schultz said, I don't know if I even want to have this band anymore. He was ready to quit.
Awesome.
They were just so burned out, So they said, let's take a year off. You guys go do what you want to do. Well, they took him up on it. One of them made an album. Tom Schultz kicked him out of the band.
Wasn't he the whole band? Didn't he get signed before he got the whole band?
Oh yeah,
he was original.
There was no band. It was just him in his basement.
Yeah, right.
And then
he's a phenomenal player.
Once he got signed, the record company said, "Well, we know you did it in your basement. We want you to re-record it all in our studio." And he goes, "Well, no, I can't make the same sounds in your studio as I can in my basement."
That's right.
And so they bullshitted the record producer. And he ended up re-recording it down in his basement again. And they said, okay, we love it. Okay, now you guys got to go on tour. Now you guys got to go on tour. And he's like, oh shit, I don't have a band. So he had to go get guys to join the band, play it exactly like the album, and then they went on tour.
Incredible story, man. But that explains why that explains why they did an album like one every 10 years almost.
Yeah. Well, he kicked out.
There was some legal stuff too.
Yeah, he kicked out two of the band members after the second album, so he had to bring in Fran Cosmo as singer to back up Brad Dubb, because Brad was kind of on the line back then, whether he's going to stay with the band or not. So they've actually had two singers for a while, but Brad didn't sing on the third album. That was all Fran Cosmo that sang that one, and then Brad came back for the fourth one, and they kind of played each other off on the vocals, two vocalists.
Oh wow!
Well, like Billy's story with his band, where they were going along and then they just exploded fast, and then they all of a sudden you're not getting along, or you got one guy and it blows it up. The best bands I've been in are like that. The best bands I've been in, they explode quick. Quick if you're in a good band or not. And young guys out there, if you got a band, you're on the third year and you're not doing shit, get out of that band. And you get into a band that's good.
You're right, dude.
It's true. Now, here's the next thing, though. There's two ways you can go here. I have started best friends with most of my guys, like James Gunn I talked about earlier. By the end of that show, that road tour, we were enemies. You know, you can't put people that close. You know, I love him still, but yeah, you can't do that. You can't do it. It's not humanly. So you can take a chapter from Bowie. What I like what Bowie did is he got tired of that, losing that somebody, and you lost a quarter of your sound or your music. So what he did is he changed his backline every rotation, every tour. If you notice that, he had a new backline of people. That's what a backline is. And he recorded everything on a tape. He'd give it to these guys and go make it better. But he already had it all done. And that's how I kind of like Schultz, but not to that level, because he's not that, wasn't as probably proficient as Schultz. But yeah, so those are different ways you can go about it, folks, and you know, stay alive out there. You know, speaking of bands kind of feuding and everything, I want to get Billy's opinion on this one. It's been in the news. I know where you're going.
I know where you're going.
What about the Pantera reunion?
Dude, it's so funny. I was thinking just momentarily of like, I wonder if we're going to talk about Pantera.
The Pantera-demic.
Yeah. Well, what do I think about it? I think, to be honest with you, man, I mean,
Texas boy,
it's going to be, it's cool. It's good, man. You got it. You got the estates. They approved of it. They want to, I mean, at least you're going out as a celebration tour. It'd be great to hear all that live again. But I mean, then again, you know, everybody keeps bringing back what Vinnie Paul said prior to his death, where he was like, man, he was opposed to it. So it's a tough thing to grasp, you know.
Tough call.
What's starting to turn me a little bit when Zakk Wylde was with Ozzy, I think he might be back with him now, and they did the No More Tears album. I loved his guitar playing, and my
Zakk is good.
Zack's been invited to be the guitar player in the new tour, and
he's already approved.
The drummer from Anthrax, I can't think of his name right now, has been asked to be the drummer.
Charlie Benante.
Yeah,
I think yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know Charlie that well, although I did like Anthrax and listen to some of their songs and watch some of their videos. But I was always really impressed with Zakk Wylde, and then his Black Label Society band that he's had since then. But he's a fantastic guitar player. He really muscles that guitar, man.
Yeah, well, he would be the one to do it. I mean, to be anything like Dime. Plus, Dime and him are friends.
It would take somebody really special like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, do you know Alpino Ward?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. To me, he would be my first choice because he and Dime were close, and Dime taught him a lot of stuff, and Al has a whole lot of the same sound.
Yeah.
But he's not a big draw. Zack's the big draw.
I was going to say the name, man. Yeah. You would want to go with a big name. Of course, Zakk Wylde's the man to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's a good call.
I've heard other people talk about the drummer wise. So, they should get this guy. I go, he doesn't have a name. They're going to go with a name.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to in that case. You have to.
Oh yeah.
As far as the estates approving it, I know who the people in the estate are, and you probably do too, Billy.
Yeah, I do.
And that's why I kind of think in a sort of roundabout way, it's a money grab too.
Well, dude, Vinnie Paul, I mean, I was closer to Vinnie than with Dime. Vinnie, I could honestly say he was a good friend of mine. Yeah, man, I mean, it sucks because his wishes, he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then here he's dead, he's gone now, and now they're going to do it. I mean, it's a bitter, I don't know, I don't want to say bittersweet, but it's just like, it's exciting. We get to, I mean, Phil is the voice of Pantera, so we're going to be able to hear that again. But again, it's a celebration of their music, so it should be a good thing,
I think so. Personally, I think they ought to call it a tribute tour and not a reunion because
no, they're going to call it a celebration tour.
Is that okay? Well, that's better than saying it's a reunion because it's not.
Yeah, the reunion thing.
Yeah, no.
That's originally they were calling that originally.
Celebration, tribute. That all sounds good, Dan.
Yeah, I have no problem with the tribute, celebration thing, but to pretend it's Pantera reformed, it's not. It's a tribute band.
You are right.
And,
you are right.
And the thing is, I would go with the tribute thing because right now tribute bands are all the rage. I mean, everybody,
Yeah.
There's plenty of, there's a lot of bands out there that are Pantera tribute.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call that that's not a tribute band when you got the actual members of the band. At least you got two. That's not a tribute band. Yeah. That's like, come on, guys.
It puts it in a gray area when you got two original members.
But it's not a tribute band. I mean, I saw Roger Daltrey recently.
Look at Leonard Skinner. They're coming to our Paso Robles Fair. I mean, next week, Wednesday, I'm going to see Journey there. 2 nights later, Santana. And then Jim Fox, I think, a few nights later. Huh?
I'm playing the night of Santana across the street, pal.
Oh, are you? What time are you
yeah, I am.
You better go see him.
I'm on the outside stage of the poorhouse. That's right next to the fairground. Same night. Yeah, it's our debut. That new band.
And I've been wanting to film you. I was going to film you and bring it on the show.
Race of Aliens. It's the name of that new band. That's super. Race of Aliens is playing that night. First show.
Okay. Yeah. What time are you playing?
I have no idea. I'm just showing up, man. I gotta find out. We're doing a set.
You're playing in this band? You're talking about Race of Aliens?
I'm playing. Race of Aliens is a new band that I just got called in. I'm doing the drumming for. I have a guitar in front of my own band.
It's funny how you have to think of the name. What's the name?
I know. I just
got hired to be a drummer. I don't know the name of the band.
I gotta figure it out.
Name for about 4 days.
It's only been the band got booked because of the people in the act a month before we even were together. We just got in the studio for 2 weeks. Yeah. We've been in a recording studio in San Luis rehearsing. Well, real quick though, about Zach. I want to say something about Zach. Okay. This is hilarious. If you haven't seen it, Zach Wild, go to YouTube and put in Zach Wild Hello Kitty. He's got a little Hello Kitty ukulele that he rocks out on. Oh my God, I love that video.
Dude, Hello Kitty.
Dude, he's crazy. He's a funny guy, man. He's a funny guy. I follow him I follow him on social media. The guy's funny.
Yeah,
he is. He's got a sense of humor. He looks like he looks all mean and everything. He gets up that little kitty.
Oh yeah, with his good shit. With his Jersey accent, so funny, man.
Doesn't he have his own brand of coffee too?
Yeah,
no way.
So.
I think I forgot.
Black Label Society. I think it's Black Label.
Black Label Society.
I want a coffee. Damn it, that's smart. I thought Cabo Wabo was a good idea. Man, we gotta start getting on labels of product instead of having Budweiser behind you. I never even thought of that. It's like George Foreman in that grill. Brilliant.
I mean, look, what a combination, right? You got Cabo Wabo, right? Tequila. You got black label coffee
over here,
and then you end it with a Kiss casket.
I'm gonna do cigars. Cigar company out there, I want to be on your Mars cigar. Give me on.
Hey,
Mars cigar.
Billy, you know Eric Knutson, don't you? Eric Knutson. Eric Knutson.
Yeah.
Okay, he owns part ownership of a tequila company.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Like Sammy.
What's the brand?
It's called Number One Tequila.
Number one.
Wow.
Hey, man,
probably gonna make is it like Juan? Number one, like yeah. I'm just saying. I knew it. I thought that was it.
Oh man, that's hand in hand right there.
That's good. That's worth buying it right there alone.
Speaking of which, I got my own hot sauce.
Oh,
right here. I got right here.
I've seen.
I'm out of here.
It's Cherokee Creek hot sauce right there.
I've seen your hot sauce commercial where you're trying.
That's it, Billy.
You're trying to eat a taco.
Oh, that's this one right here. That's my Love Juice hot sauce.
Oh, the Love Juice.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You're
all right.
I got 2 hot sauces out.
Dan,
that does it. I'm gonna have a product by the end of this year.
Dude, you have to, man. Everybody's jumping on the hot sauce wagon.
This was meant to happen right now.
Todd wants to know, does Knutson's tequila have a worm in it? Like the mezcal?
I'm not sure. He never mentioned that. And I've never drank any, so.
Is there any other one other than mezcal that has a worm? I've never seen another one with a worm in it than mezcal. I don't think there is.
Are you sure that particular tequila just comes with a one?
Billy,
fucking Michael.
Share a little more about your acting career with us.
Yeah, acting career. Well, I mean, I'm about to shoot a movie right now, and lo and behold, I mean,
that's awesome.
This is very appropriate. I'm good friends with Robert Mason. from Warrant. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this, but I'll just go ahead and say it. I got him a role. He's interested in acting.
Oh, nice. Oh, right.
So I got him a role in my new movie. I can't talk about it. I'm not supposed to. That's why I'm like, but that's as far as I'm gonna go.
No, we don't understand. We don't want any copyright claims anyway.
We've already got in trouble.
Right? No, it's fine to say that. But yeah, we start shooting. We start shooting next week. In Deep Ellum in Dallas, Texas.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Bring your bulletproof vest.
Right now, we got security, man. We got security.
Who were some of the other people you've acted with? I mean,
oh gosh, Forrest Whitaker. You talking about big names?
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker,
whatever.
Antonio Banderas.
All right, on
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Frank Grillo. Sean Patrick Flannery. Oh God.
Yeah.
Hey Royce.
Now I'm losing my train of thought.
Hey Royce.
I feel so bad about my band name now.
Right.
Hey Royce, show some of the movie posters that you got there.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. All right, we've got some movie posters here. Movies that Billy's played in, and here we go.
There's Mel.
All right, on.
Rob Zombie's.
I work with Sherry Moon. I work with Sherry
That's like
Moon.
Walking Dead type stuff. I love it.
It's good stuff.
Road Warrior.
That was fun to be on set. Whitetail, that just came out. So the movie I'm doing now, those are the same creators.
That's
These
Billy
guys.
on the left there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right on, man.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Proud of that one. Hey, the man right there.
Yeah, he is. he's looking
Dude,
lean.
I gotta tell you a story about after I did my scene and the way Rob Zombie approached me.
Is he is that a current shot?
That was a few years ago when we shot.
Yeah, he's
in LA.
He's looking really trim compared to. So not that he looked bad, you know. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, but he looks really trim there.
Well, I don't know. I think because he's vegan. He's vegan, so
it's working for him.
They got a strict diet.
Oh, he's looking good, man. He's looking good.
No, he looks good.
Lean and mean.
Billy, did you play any music at all with Rob Zombie?
No, I wish, man.
Okay.
That would be.
I wish, and I would love to. You know, I would love to, of course, and then work with him again. He's a cool guy, man. But I got to tell you the story. So, you guys seen the movie, right? 3 from Hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which one?
3 from Hell.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's on your clips. Yes.
So you're not gonna recognize me because I got a freaking mask on. I'm one of the Black Satans.
Mm-hmm.
So I get pegged in the neck by Sherry Moon, and it was like my moment. It's like, this is my moment, my scene. I go, man, I want to make it like fucking badass.
Great. It was great.
And so I'm getting prepared. They're like, all right, you're gonna come in, open the door. You're gonna walk in. We're gonna see your silhouette on the curtain, and then she's gonna tag you right in the neck. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking like how to do it. I go, oh, I got it. So they do the magic trick where they it's like a magnet. Like you put a collar on and it's got a magnet, and then you put the tail end of the arrow, and it clips on it.
Oh wow!
So when they put it like that, so they use the magic, the quick pan like that,
right,
to give it the effect. Like, boom, it just went into my neck, and then and when that happened, I just screamed like, ah, you know, like. But I sold it. I'm like, ah, bitch, got it. And then I grabbed the curtain in front of me and I brought it down, and you know, and then she came up and stabbed. Dude, Rob loved it so much. He came running in. He's like, I love it. It's phenomenal.
Great.
And dude, I want to say I won him over. After that, he was always like, "Hey, what's up, man?" You know, I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" I goes, "Fucking Rob Zombie telling me, hey, what's up?"
It's cool, man.
That's pretty
It
cool.
was great. It was great, but he was excited, man.
That was a good scene.
That's
That
way cool.
very good scene.
Thank you.
Yes. Look at those.
And those are all my
movies, man.
yeah. That's my banner when I do conventions. You know, like the horror conventions, Comic-Con, stuff like that. That's another cool gig to have, man.
I'm surprised you haven't. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, when you're signing autographs, meeting fans, and then you get paid for that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You should run into James Gunn, because you know he was doing Scream Queens and all that stuff on VH1. He would.
Yeah.
You guys definitely should cross over and meet some
man.
way or another.
I hope so.
Yeah, he'd be a good cat for you to be in connection with.
Yeah, I know I mentioned this earlier, but I love that Danny Trejo. I was a huge fan of Sons of Anarchy, all 7 seasons. I think I even have them. I think I even bought them.
Yeah.
But then later on, the Mayans, the kind of the sequel came out.
Yeah.
He plays a little different role in that, you know. But anyway, he's a great actor, great character actor.
Dude, his whole story, the way where he came from, and then now where he went, now he's a freaking star. It's amazing. It's amazing.
You know, I was going to say, when I first, you know, I was aware of you about 6 months ago, Billy.
Yeah.
And I had seen, like I said, I had seen a couple of your movies. And you know what? Somebody already tonight brought out that in the comments, you know, add eyeliner to this guy, and you've got Captain Jack Sparrow. You know what, Billy? I'm going to tell you what really just kind of drew me to your performances. You have those like you've got the dark hair, the dark eyes, but you've got these like ever-changing color of eyes, and you remind me a whole lot for different reasons of Danny Trejo, and when he started out as like this guy we couldn't ignore. We slowly became aware of him as a character actor. I think that's where you're going, man.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Where you're going.
I appreciate it.
That would be awesome.
I mean, you know, we all want that one. You know, like just like what we're talking about. When you make that commitment and you go that path, you hope to get, you know, something big or catch something along the way. You know, something that'll like set you back for either life or for a while.
Nice.
Cherokee Creek. That's the movie I produced. It's pretty funny. It's a raunchy horror comedy movie.
I gotta catch that one. I haven't seen all of these. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna check them out.
You can watch that on Amazon.
Amazon.
I'm in. Oh, damn! I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. I'm
You'll
gonna
love
check
it,
that
man.
out.
It's very old school, raunchy horror comedy.
That is awesome.
That's my band. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to see these boys. There they are.
Yeah, we got videos. I mean, we do all kinds of crazy stuff. We're finishing a record, and then we're gonna hit the road.
Nice.
Oh, you got all cylinders going right now. That's fantastic. Everything's going for you at the same time. That's
but you know what's up. I mean, you're in the same boat.
I'm right. You're ahead of me right now. My end of my year is going to be like where you're at right now. You're about 2 to 3 months ahead of me.
Yeah. Oh well, I appreciate that, man.
But
there's the old band right there, the old Love Stricken Demise. I mean, that was the one that blew up like real quick and it died real quick.
Nikki McKibben was on Nikki McKibben, the one that Billy's with there. She was third runner up on American Idol first year.
The first year. Yeah.
Oh wow!
And she passed away a year and a half ago.
Exactly.
Man. She had a brain aneurysm.
Oh, that's too bad.
God.
Wow.
That sucks.
You just never know from one day to the next.
You don't.
There's a man right there.
Trejo.
He's a dude. He's a nicest guy, man. That guy's the nicest guy. Oh yeah. That tattoo right there. I mean, that's iconic right there on his chest.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Operation Overlord.
We can go back. We can go back. You had something to say.
I have to actually exit really quick. I usually don't have to go. That's what makes me upset. But I've got a student that I have to teach. They're on holiday and he shifted to tonight, and I have to go teach him right now. He's in the waiting room waiting for me.
Oh,
So I've got to go and I got to go exit out. Billy, pleasure hearing from you. These guys are going to take it over from here.
Hey,
they don't
let's
need
you
me
and I
anyway.
stay in touch, buddy. You and I stay in touch.
You got it. Yeah, I want to connect you with James. He did a lot. You guys have, I can't believe, even with Rob between you, that you don't know each other. So I can help with that, and I'm going to do that.
I appreciate
right.
that. That would be great. Yeah. But let's stay in touch.
I think it'll
sure.
be good. Absolutely. Everybody, hey,
Okay,
as usual,
Lou.
Michael. Good seeing you again, buddy. Dan, always. Royce.
Good meeting you, brother.
Royce.
Thanks,
all right, guys. Take care.
What an energy, man.
Yeah.
Good energy.
I watched that movie last night, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you watched this one?
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. I mean, a lot of people, God, I guess when you do a war movie, and it's not like, it wasn't meant to be like a documentary. They just kind of did it like its own story, kind of like Inglourious Bastards. A lot of people just tend to like bash it when it's not like accurate. It's like, oh, that didn't happen, and it wasn't meant to be a documentary.
That's like the movie. That's like the movie Pearl Harbor with Ben Affleck in it.
Yeah.
See, I'm a Navy veteran, so I know when they're fighting the war, they're bombing Pearl Harbor. I was seeing things like crazy that can't be real.
Yeah.
They were showing shit. They were showing ships that weren't built until 1970 in the movie.
Yeah, right.
I go, wait a minute,
It's just meant for cinematography, just for a movie, like entertainment.
It's still Hollywood.
Yeah. Lipstick Drug, yeah. I like this. I like my band, man. I like this one.
Yeah, I know y'all played over in Louisville at Tees a few weeks ago, and I missed it. But
we're playing Halton Theater August 26th.
Yes. I've never even been there. I've never been to that theater.
Halton Theater? It's pretty cool, man. It's not bad. It's a good theater.
Now, when did you say you're going to be filming in Deep Ellum?
Next month. Dude, as a matter of fact, if you guys want to be extras, we got a day where we're doing a club or club scene, and it's the technical day of August 2nd. It's from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. We got to shoot it late.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm good at being an extra. I was an extra with Al Pacino one time in a movie down in
You told me
Austin.
that. You told me that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that a while back. Yeah, well, dude, come on out. Come out on August 2nd.
Okay.
Well, look at this.
We'll talk. We'll talk on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
Michelle Rodriguez. I remember
Michelle.
her from.
She's so cool. She's a cool chick, man.
And Robert De Niro. Yeah. Oh no, I could tell that. She goes all the way back to what was that surf movie? Blue Chair or something. I can't remember what it was now, but but she was in that surf movie. Anyway.
Yeah, she was in
it was Blue something.
Yeah, Blue something. That's right. It was
I know what you're talking about.
I was doing a lot of surfing at the time that show was out, so it had extra meaning to me.
She was good. The movie looked good. It looked better than the movie was. Let's just put it that way.
That's right.
The cinematography on that movie was really good.
It was fun. Yeah.
I gotta watch it. I don't think I've seen it. If I did, I forgot. Man. So that's all I got going on.
Yeah, well, this has been great. So you're looking for extras, and Dan's gonna go down there and be an extra in a movie, or what?
If you guys want to.
What type of people are you looking for?
It's just like concert goers, like if you go to a club to go see a live act, just like that. Just
What club?
You guys would fit the description.
What club are you gonna be filming at?
It's at Three Links, across from Trees.
Okay.
So we're gonna have.
This has been really, really great, man. We've really, Dan, I want to thank you for getting Billy to come on. This has been.
Well, thank you for inviting me, man. Yeah, I appreciate it.
No. Yeah, no, and we'd really like to have you come back again too. And
we'll do it when this movie comes out, and we can promote that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. I'd love to do that.
That would totally be awesome. And then you guys could see
Yes, it would.
You guys could see Robert Mason in his acting debut.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a good guy, man.
Say, Billy, it's really been a great, pleasure to meet you tonight. I was vaguely aware of you already. I'd already kind of done a couple of internet searches just based on a couple of things I'd seen. And of course, I told you, your face is like Danny Trejo's. It's like you're drawn to it immediately.
Well, thank you, man.
And then I like me, I'm always looking up trivial things and stuff like that on the internet. And I went on to something else. But when Royce let me know that it was you, I went, wait a minute, I know this guy. Yeah, I've seen him.
Awesome.
So it's been a total pleasure to talk with you tonight, man.
Likewise, man. We'll let's do it again for sure.
Yeah,
awesome.
Let's definitely do it again. This was a lot of fun. I've got such a great crew here, and I mean all of you guys, Billy especially. You're just a great guest. It really made the show good. I know everybody in the chat has absolutely loved it.
Gotta have fun, man. Gotta have fun with it.
You got to have fun with it. Exactly right. And I want to thank everybody in the chat. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And we hope you enjoyed the show. And we're going to bring you many more entertaining shows. And hope you guys will all hang with us and bring your friends next time. And let's grow the show. It just keeps getting better. And thank you very much, everybody. The crew, the chat. And that's what's happening in Royce's world today. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Billy.
Thanks, I'll see you guys later. And thank you very much.
Take care, everybody.
All right. Let's stay in touch for sure. Thanks.